Hello guys, and welcome back to yet another Minecraft Let's Play episode. And today we are on Iron Republic, as you see here, and this is FTB. And yeah, I promised to not pay attention to chat, but I'm still paying attention to chat. But whatever, so, we have some new stuff going on at spawn. So previously you might have seen this is Hawkeye's factory building, and he moved out because he was getting too much FPS lag, and we'll talk about that as well today, because as you see, we have a very low FPS rate right now. Over here we have Qualities and Jughead's tree of awesomeness. It looks pretty cool, like a tree house and stuff, which is pretty awesome. And that's been taken over by Great Fawfulls. I don't know if I have said that yet, but yeah. So, turn you around. This is our plot. And our FPS is decreasing because we have a bunch of stuff running on our plot. Nothing in there. Okay, so, what is this, you might ask? This is something that makes me lag very bad, but as I was saying before, solar panels are very hard to make, and I wanted to automate that process as much as I could. Right. This is the best I could automate this, and yeah, it involves a bunch of chests, putting a bunch of materials in a bunch of chests. But that's still, I think, less effort when you have to put into making an actual solar panel. Um, so basically, each of the materials has a separate chest, and for each of the ingredients for the solar panel, there's a separate chest as well. So like the coal will be used to make the carbon plate, the iron will be used to make the machine block, which in turn will be used to make the generator, and so on. And I asked Jughead not to disturb me, but he's still up there. What a genius. Anyways, um, this is like the back of a machinery stuff, or machinery of awesomeness. Anyways, let's put on our jetpack. We won't hang out here long because of the massive FPS lag that I get here. Look at that, 10 FPS, it's awful. But anyways, as I was saying, each of the materials has its own separate chest for each of the ingredients. And I'm not going to spend my time putting it all in because it's quite tedious, takes quite about 10 minutes or so, but still less than just making a solar panel yourself. So I'm going to show you guys the machinery a bit, and it is a bunch of pipes all over the place, so it's quite confusing. I have only 3 advanced solar panels because I haven't used this really much after I made it, because after that I was like trying to decide if I should move away from spawn because of like the massive FPS lag all this produces. And I bet that house over there has something to do with it as well. But yeah, we have 3 advanced solar panels fully charged, which is pretty cool. But anyways, so each of these chests has a wooden pipe going out of it, which takes out the items from the chest. And that either goes to an automatic crafting bench or to a machine, like a macerator right here. I know these things are not cheap, but I had a bunch of diamonds at the time I was making this. And I'm not gonna even attempt to explain all this machinery because every time if I would have be to make this another time, I would probably do it all differently. Like, not all differently, but just a bit different than I did it now. Because this was basically random, trying to make it as compact as it could be. But one thing to note is that the items have to go into machines from the top, or otherwise it will not go in this top slot, but it will go in here. And of course they get outputted from the sides, so you have to take it out from the side. So this, for example, macerates the coal, which then in turn goes in the automatic crafting table, the coal dust, which produces our carbon fiber. which in turn then goes to this automatic crafting bench, and here it gets combined into raw carbon mesh. And right over here, after that, it gets compressed into carbon plates. And of course, it goes into the main crafting bench, which is the solar panel crafting bench. And in here you see all the ingredients needed. I have made quite a bit of carbon plates, extra carbon plates, but the silicon plates and the electronic circuits are still needed. Those require quite a bit of rubber and copper, and I'm very low on copper right now. And you might notice that I'm not taking any fall damage right now, and that is because I have Feather Falling 4 boots with protection 3, which is pretty awesome. I heard those are pretty rare. And I also have a protection 4, so yeah, I'm pretty well geared up after we made that spawner over there. Right, so this part of a machine, the part that's outlined in sandstone, and I'm probably going to change the design, but this place will probably not be shown much on camera anymore because of like the amount of lag I get here. But anyways, yeah, that's the part that produces the solar panels. These guys over here. The advanced solar panel part is not that large as that part is, and that is because it takes less machinery and less time to make it. But yeah, that blast furnace, for example, a bunch of stuff took to make that. Anyways, going on, outlined by the stone right here, this is where it makes it into advanced solar panel. So yeah, it's pretty much the same basis. Stuff gets pumped out, goes into the automatic crafting table, like these advanced circuits for example. And then it of course all goes to the main crafting bench, which is over here. And you see we have an advanced solar panel in here, as well as an actual solar panel. Wow, we have an extra. But yeah, iridium glass, it gets made over here for example. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. That's again the raw carbon mesh. But anyways, yeah, explaining this would be like, but it would take like probably a week or something. But the basis of it is like put the random items in the chests, not random, but the designated items in the chest, and it goes into the machine you want, and it gets crafted for you. So you don't have to do any crafting at all for this. You just have to put the stuff in the chest, which is pretty cool, I think. That's as best as I could automate it. And we have a dragon egg, which is pretty cool. We got that from the ender dragon, which we killed last episode. But anyways, one last thing I wanted to show off at spawn before we actually take off from this place because of its FPS lag is my mining turtles. And to demonstrate to you guys what I mean by FPS lag, let's get out of spawn. And our FPS is slowly increasing. 20, 18, 20, 22, 23, and so on. And out of spawn, we get 30 FPS, which is perfect. Perfect for recording. Turn back to spawn, we get 18. So yeah, it's a problem with spawn. Probably like having too many people live in a concentrated area, and advanced sorting machines like Boogan, Chimic have, yeah, that decreases the FPS quite a bit. But anyways, we are not gonna take this thing down. We are gonna leave it for everyone to use, and hopefully fix the little bugs like the tin batteries not stacking in their crafting bench when making the generator. That was a bug, which I hope we'll fix. Anyways, right. So yeah, this thing will be prettied up, and I might show it when it's all done. But the basic principle is already done, and it can be opened for public use. But be aware, people, it is buggy. So yeah, if you use it, please be aware of that. We have our Twilight portal over here. I'm probably already showed you guys that. And let's kill this spider if he doesn't go into the nether. There we go. Some goodies over here. quite a bit of these zirconium ores. They can make quite nice blocks like those over there. Oh yeah, you might have noticed at the entrance that we have this little monitor. I want it to display like solar panel store or whatever, and maybe like a rolling logo of some kind. That'd be pretty cool. Hopefully I can program that in. But yeah, we have quite a bit of iron, not so many diamonds, and quite a bit of unsmelted ores, which I'm probably going to smelt once we get over to our new place, which I haven't found yet, unfortunately. We'll need to go looking for that sometime soon. Take a look at the terrain. I already went that way, so I might go like the other way to explore it more, but of course I went that way as well. So yeah, I want to show you guys my mining turtles, which don't have the elf caps anymore. That's sad, but I miss having the elf caps. They looked pretty cool, but now they look just like regular elves or turtles, I guess. Someone took all the carrots. Dang guys, replant your stuff. But anyways, this is supposed to be the farm area. I don't know if this spawn project will be continued if I leave. Hopefully it will. But of course, it's impossible for me to record here with all this FPS lag. So it might get abandoned, unfortunately. Yeah, people tend to follow people. But anyways, let's go down into our strip mine right over here. See our FPS increase, and I'll show you guys what I've programmed into this guy right over here. So there's quite a bit of lava that way, so we're going to try to go this way a bit. And what I've programmed is a mining program. Made it all by myself using the Turtle API and stuff, which is pretty cool. So you place stuff like this and you type mine. It's the name of a program. And it asks you if you would like to place torches. If you would, you place them in the second slot and place the coal in the first and the chest in the third. So yeah, we've got that done. And now we just provide the distance we want it to go. So for example, 100 would be probably a good distance. And let's watch it roll. So what this program does is it digs 400 blocks that way, and it places torches every 10th block, which should be soon, pretty soon, like right now. See, place a torch, and then if its inventory gets full, and we check that if you're not lagging too bad. Let's try to click the turtle. You're getting a bit of lag. It's pretty hard to click on these guys when you're getting lag. Let us try and try again. There we go. So how it checks for full inventory is it checks its 16th slot every time it goes forward the block, and if its 16th slot, dang it, is full, let me in, turtle, let me in. Ah, dang it. Yeah, I get a bit of lag on here for some reason. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Ferrous ore, quite nice. You can get nickel from that to make that blast furnace thingy. But what the heck is going on? Okay, so if you place items in the 16th slot, it places a chest, as you see back there. Good thing we didn't walk into this lava. That would have been bad. Let's use this tungsten, unfortunately. Let's just walk around. Or you guys will yell at me, why'd you use the tungsten? But anyways, yeah. It turns around, places a chest, and places all the items that it has in the chest, and it cycles through all the slots to check. And of course, we need to free up a spot above the chest to actually open it. And you see all the items, which is pretty cool. Pretty nifty little bit of programming, I think. Unfortunately, efficiency doesn't work on stuff anymore. But anyways, yeah, we've gone quite a ways. I think this is 100 blocks. And yeah, it has stopped. And why did I just get 6 FPS? But anyways, when it stops, it tries to come back. Tries to come back to the starting place. And, oh my god, I'm stuck in the turtle. Hopefully. Okay, maybe it has stopped. There we go. Yes, it has. Um, but yeah, one bug I'm having with this is that when it goes to the end, I try to make it go back the same amount of distance, but it only goes back like 10 blocks or something some of the time. Some of the time it goes correctly, but most of the time it doesn't. So yeah, something weird and buggy is going on with this program, and I'm really not sure what. So yeah, we've picked up all the important stuff. The redstone, we can get a bunch of redstone from other places. But yeah, I think when we move out of spawn, most of the stuff we'll be doing with turtles, which should be pretty cool. I think that'll be exciting, like turtles digging us an underground base or something like that. But yeah, that'll be pretty awesome, I think. Having turtles automate everything. Maybe we'll get to like river spawners and stuff like that. Because in the recent Minecraft video, I've seen like this awesome wither spawner, and I want to make one of my own. I know we've made that little skelly spawner over there, and unfortunately we decided to make it in the overworld, which is a minus because we don't get withers in here. Somebody put a zombie head on top of you. That, of course, we can get with the Warple 2 enchant pretty easily. And even people drop heads, as you saw heads over there. Pretty cool. But yeah, next time we will be, of course, out of spawn. Unfortunately, sorry whoever expected me to stay at spawn, but we'll have to move out. And we'll be doing stuff with our turtles. Maybe searching for some iridium ore, for example, because I want to make a matter fabricator, power it with a bunch of solar panels, make more iridium, make quantum suit or something like that. That'd be pretty cool as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the automatic solar panel factory. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to actually show it off working, but yeah, I showed off the basics of it, and maybe someone in another episode, like Chimik or something, will show it off working. But yeah, I'll finish this thing up by next time maybe, or sometime in the future. And that's it. So see you guys next time. Goodbye.